Hi, everybody. I'm posting this kind of late and I have no makeup on and just tired. um, I wanted to do this sort of for my kids, and it's called Memories, Making Memories for Tony and Lily, and that's basically what I'm doing. So, I was diagnosed with um, a lung cancer in 2017. I've been AKA fighting it since then, and I'm good. And overall, I take medicine, and I did a few rounds of chemo. They weren't what I would recommend to anybody. Um, so the community for cancer is very nice and very helpful. Um, but as soon as they hear you have lung cancer, it becomes like, oh, you you were a smoker, right? So it's kind of like this is what you get because you're a smoker, and I just want to clarify that I wasn't a smoker. I really never even tried a cigarette, so there goes that. Uh, many factors could have, you know, uh, contributed to my cancer, and at this point, it's not on my important list. It's not up there in my priority list, if you will. I'm more concerned about just being okay and taking care of my kids and just taking it day by day. Um, I am part of a support group for people who are going through what I'm going through, and it's nice, but sometimes it can be a little depressing. Um, so I try to just post positive things on there and try to keep it positive and just try my best. So, there's not, if there was a 100% cure, I would be jumping through hoops to get it, but there isn't. So I could, and it's not bad. Like my odds are, I could probably live to like 100. Yeah, you know, it depends on my body and how long it can take it, and if we can fight this off together, or it becomes a fight about whether the quality of life that I want to be living versus to being at the hospital and trying to get better all the time and not knowing and probably exposing myself to even to even getting worse. So at this point, I just take it day by day. I wake up in a good day and then I'll enjoy the day. If I wake up in a bad mood, I try to take it slow, but I still try to do my best. Um, for somebody who is probably going through something similar, just know that it will get better. And if it doesn't, your attitude needs to get better. Because it is what it is. We are giving this journey and we need to take it or just have it consume us. You know what I mean? So, for anybody going through um, this kind of scenario or know somebody who's going through something like this, they aren't quitting. They are just tired. So, anytime people are like, you gotta keep going. Did you find this? Did you find that? It's like, yes, I've done as much research as I can do. I am always looking for something new, but I'm also not letting it take over my life. And I think that's most important. I don't want it, I'm not letting it take over my life. Um, so I'm basically gonna be doing a few videos. Maybe not, well, I'm doing it at night because my kids are sleeping and they let me do all this stuff. But I will try to post, be more active and try to post more things about all the fun that we can have. Any advice that I can think of that may benefit them in the future. Yeah, you're gonna hear it. And it's not to make anybody sad, or it's not to um, just like I'm writing my will. No, it's more of a journal. Few things. If anybody has questions of, where I'm going, what therapies I'm doing, what medications I'm on, feel free to comment and I'll, answer them as best as I can. Um, because I'm in the journey too. It feels like it's gonna be a forever journey. As far as for me, it's probably always gonna be my main discomfort, or what's causing me discomfort. Right now, uh, I'm feeling okay, but I was having a little problems because, as you all know, as anybody who has anything, any kind of sickness or what have you, there's always other things going on. And for me, is that I have a fibroid, and it's causing a lot of discomfort and pain. So I might have to go in and have that surgically removed. But I'm used to pain. What are you going to do? So, again, this is just going to be me ranting um, about what's going on. If anybody has any questions, any advice, whatever it be, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. I will be posting more things, more fun things, some activities that people with limited breathing capability can do, things like that. I'm on a journey, and I hope you guys can uh, jump on this journey with me and just uh, learn. If anything, just learn a little something about somebody else, and maybe it'll help you in your situations, because right now it's like everybody's getting some kind of cancer. Everybody knows somebody with cancer, um, or something similar. And there is a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of help for a lot of different cancers. Lung cancer seems to be like they don't really care about us kind of thing. I mean, I'm sure they do care, but because it's so associated with smoking, that it makes it seem like it was our fault. We called for it, and right now we live in such a polluted world that anything could have caused it. Anything from some mold to anything in the air. There's so many things. Chemicals in our food, chemicals in our drinks. The list goes on. But I want you to know that, you know, you're not alone. There are plenty of places that are available, plenty of resources. For example, for me, I didn't know that I could get transportation to and from the doctor's office or any kind of treatment that I may need. And it just so happened I needed one for Friday. And I just called the Cancer Society, and I was like, let me give them a shot. I don't want to stress anybody out in my family sometimes. And it would make it a little easier if I could do the, because I'm allergic to the contrast when they do any kind of test. So I'm usually drowsy and somebody needs to guide me in and guide me out. So yeah. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm going to rely on them. And sometimes we are scared of asking for help, and this is something that I want my kids and anybody to know, that it is okay to look for help when you need it. I am stubborn and, hard-headed and whatever you call it, because I'm determined. Like, if I know I want to do something, I want to do it, and that's just how I am. Throughout the years, though, I've learned to take a step back, and it's okay to rely on somebody else to help you, and that's okay, and you'll be fine. And nothing's gonna happen. The world is not gonna explode if you ask somebody for help. If they say no, that's on them, you know. And that's one thing that a lot of people in the group seem to be disappointed of is all the friends and family that say, if you need anything, just let me know. And it's so easy to say that. It's very easy to say, if you need anything, let me know. If you need anything, let me know. And at the moment, it's like, I can do something for you. But then life gets in the way. There's kids, you have your kids, you get your family issues, you have work, whatever it be. And as somebody who most of the time is home and needs a little extra help, it's fine. I'm okay. I've learned to look outside of my family or my immediate friends for help. And that's good. I mean, not only do you meet new people, there's volunteers, there's for me right now, the Cancer Society, great group. I call them. They just want to make sure you're using the services for what they're needed, for what they're provided for, to go to and from any medical facilities or to do a treatment that you may have. So that's a good resource right there. You go to the cancer center, or no, Cancer Society, and they will have tons of information. They provide so many resources if you need it. So just, if that's something that you want to look into, go for it. And again, advice to everybody, it's okay to ask for help, and don't feel offended if they can't. Okay? Don't let yourself be hurt if somebody can't help you. If you ask and they say, "Oh, I can't," or don't worry, because it's not always going to be 100%. There's always a way, there's always other groups, there's always other people. It's I'm sorry. It's a village. So it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to get through anything. So maybe they weren't available then, but that doesn't mean that you won't be available if they need anything. Just try to keep positive. And I know I say it, and maybe some of you think, oh, well, that's easy for her to say. It's not. There are days where you just can't control your emotions, and you're so stressed and you're so afraid, and you break down. And that's okay. But you can't live in that bubble. You have to get yourself out. You gotta remember, For me, it's a glass of tea staring out the window. It's a cup of tea, sorry. It's me sitting in front of the window drinking warm tea and just meditating that it's all gonna be okay. That the world is not gonna explode. That I'm not gonna just explode because somebody didn't want to help me. No, it's okay. Understand that other people have things that they have to do, things that they're going through, and that's sometimes a little bit hard for us to understand because we feel like there are times where I've felt that there was times that I was so like I felt like I was the priority, you know what I mean? And why would so and so not help me at this moment? But it's not about that. And then I would just kind of like, take a deep breath and focus and say, I'm a priority to myself because I want to get better for me. They have their own priorities. They are feeling their own pressure from their family, from their bosses, from their own problems mentally, physically, whatever it be. So I said, okay, thank you. You can't help me, but I appreciate, you being available to me. But I will find another way. There's always another way. There's always another way. Um, there's counselings that you can look into. The Cancer Society offers them counseling. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a professional. I am just a patient going through all of this. And if you need somebody to talk to, um, you know, send me a comment. Send me. I believe my information is on there. You can let me know. Like, I have a question. Um, what are you doing? Like, what kind of medication? Like I said, what kind of medication I'm on, my side effects, things like that. I will answer to the best of my ability, to the best of my knowledge. I chose not to do any clinical trials. I prefer to do um, as much as I can handle. I don't want to, you know, overgive, or do too many things that my body's gonna I'm just gonna be like constantly in the hospital. I can't do that. I like to live my life. I like to go out. I like to do some shopping. I like to do some eating. I like to have fun, all within limitations, of course. But I am not going to. I'm going to do the best that I can without making my family suffer. You know what I mean? Because when you have a situation like I have, it will affect everyone in your family. It will. Everyone will feel it. So I will do another video, a few videos of just daily activities that you can do, daily meals, anything. I will try to do some makeup tutorials with friendly makeup that's not too chemically enhanced, and probably do some funny masks, face masks, things like that, and advice for the kids in the future. Um, and that's about it for this one. So, good night, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye.